I'm Bridget. Welcome to Life Lessons Unfiltered. And on today's episode, we're going to talk about sexual obligations to a partner or mate. Okay? Let's talk about, is it an obligation, a mandatory obligation, to adhering to relations with your partner, your mate, etc. Because sometimes in a relationship you think that, oh, he ain't acting right or she ain't acting right, I'm not gonna do this, that, or third or the other. So I've actually heard other people who would talk about, well, they hold out on, let's just say, sex. They hold out on sex. I ain't giving him none. Because whatever the situation might be, he ain't acting right, she ain't acting right. And so the question mark is, what is your position on being obligated to your partner's sexual desires? Because I feel like it's almost the same as eating food. And you know, if you're gonna say, oh, I'm not gonna feed him or her because she ain't acting right, that ain't right. So let's talk about this, because I've overheard too many times in my life where mostly women, I never hear men talk about this, but mostly women, let me just say that for a minute. I ain't giving him none. And I didn't understand that, and I wouldn't say anything because I never agreed that was actually supposed to be what it is. But that was just my personal vantage point, where other women who were having that vantage point thought, if he ain't acting right, I ain't got to give him my body. And she might have a point. I'm not sure which one is correct. So let's talk about that. Are you obligated?
Hell no.
Oh, shucks. God damn it.
No and no and no. Because listen, if you piss me off, I'm not even in the mindset to want to sleep with you. I mean, I'm not intentionally holding back.
Okay.
But if you piss me off and if we are not in a good place, okay, how can I possibly have good sex with you? I'm just saying. I mean, because I don't think that, women choose to, I'm going to put him on punishment and, he's not going to get any sex. I just think, you have screwed up royally. And now you want me to play this part? No.
So tell me, would you not feed him?
He would fucking starve.
Oh shit.
Okay. I want that. Okay? No, I don't want to.
You wouldn't. So you wouldn't feed him a piece of chicken?
Not even a cucumber. But let me say, there's different levels to that too, though.
Okay.
There's different levels to that. I mean, because you can have an argument, and sex can be great after an argument. But it depends on what he do. If you did something that's just totally screwed up.
Is there a reason to ever starve your mate?
Yes. Yes, y'all don't think so? I mean, are you really in that headspace? You just found, and I'm just putting this out there, you just found out that he's cheating.
Okay. She went to the extreme.
And now he's trying to be all lovey-dovey with you and all of that, trying to make it right and trying to do you. Do his ass starve or do you feed him, Bridget?
Damn.
I'm just saying, do his ass starve or you gonna feed him?
About to be dead all right. Sure.
Yeah.
You're not gonna starve him, are you?
She went to the total extreme.
That's not the extreme. That's what I started off saying. There's levels to this. Because, I can get that way if you totally violated me in my head. Anyway, you may not think you violated me, but, But if we just having an argument, that's something different.
She made a whole point.
But nobody's obligated to give anybody their body. Let's start there. whether we married or not.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about the body. I was thinking about serving the other person. But since you
Actual
mentioned
food? Or what are we talking about
Well,
here?
you know, whenever she talking about that, she talk about food.
What are we talking about?
I was really talking about when you be like, oh my God, I got a headache.
Oh, you're talking about those.
I was talking about the
Well,
nonchalant stuff.
I mean,
Because, you know, if it gets to the extreme, I mean, that's another whole conversation.
well, I think if she keep talking about she got a headache and ain't nothing apparently wrong, there's a problem. I mean,
But you know, it's like so the question of obligation, you don't feel obligated, period.
no, I'm not gonna feel obligated by my body. So no, I don't think anybody is obligated to give anybody their body. Just because I marry you don't mean that I have to give you my body if you screw up.
That's true. But we're talking about in a relationship where I think my perspective on when women feel like they need to hold out as a punishment
Okay.
to
Well, sometimes you gotta punish their ass, Bridget. No, I mean, cause okay, I'm just Robin. What you think? Cause my stance is still the same.
Well, and my younger self,
my yours. Good approach.
right, and my
Good
younger
approach.
self, I remember using it as a punishment. But as I got older and in my marriage, I didn't use it as a punishment because why am I going to deprive myself? Because we are mad at each other. I should still be able to get satisfaction. I'm not going to say it's an obligation, but if one of us wants it, but we're mad at each other, or because we had a bad discussion, why am I going to deprive myself? I'm gonna still do it and
But
then
you
turn
might
around
not
to
be
you.
the one that don't want it.
But I'm gonna turn around. But I might turn around to you. Might start doing some right things, and then I decide I want
It
it.
makes you
Right. So
I might change my mind.
I might change my mind
Yeah.
with
So
this.
I might as well get fed.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. Listen, audience, by now you know it's a whole mental thing with me and sex. And I'm just saying, and you just have to get me in the right headspace. You can't just expect me to perform like some circus animal when you haven't done the job, done the work.
That doesn't necessarily mean you got to be the freak at that moment. You just
I don't want your ass at that moment. I mean,
But how about the
you hurt
woman?
my feelings. How can I now like submit to you? You know what I mean?
I understand that because it takes a lot of emotion behind it, especially for women to actually be present in the act of intimacy. But if you're mad at your partner and you don't feel like cooking, is it the same as you don't feed him?
All right. If I ain't giving you sex, I ain't feeding your ass either.
See, she's so to the extreme. She's so to the extreme.
I'm back
It's
in
like, we
today.
got all these extremes to the left, to the right, and here comes the middle of me saying that I'm mad at you, but I'm gonna serve you, I'm gonna feed you, and tuck you in, put you to bed, and then go to sleep.
Listen, when I put this plate in front of you, the way I put it down, you're
Okay.
not gonna be sure if you should eat this.
She's
that's
so
a
vindictive.
whole level of
She's so
madness.
vindictive.
That is a whole
You're not
different
gonna be
level
sure.
of madness.
You're not gonna be sure if you should eat this.
That is crazy.
I'm
I
just
would
saying.
love to know what our audience think about that because it's like we have three different perspectives on being satisfied, on manipulating satisfaction, and she's going hell no to the hell no. You know, I think it's similar or close to an obligation. Calling the troops, but it's almost okay. Unless like you said, it's something so
Devastating.
devastating that you can't mentally even get in the capacity to perform. But if it's like, oh, he took the wrong way home.
Right.
Right. Well,
So when we get home,
I'm
right.
pissed off because he brought chicken, not shrimp.
No, no.
There's some pettiness goes on in some relationships
Well,
where they
that's
feel like,
petty.
and there's some people that just hold out because they want to punish the partner for, well, I'm not gonna because I'm not gonna. I've actually heard that though.
And I'm sure you have. And you know what? I'm not even on that level, but I get what you're saying.
You're on that extreme level.
I'm on the extreme
I'm on
level
that.
because if you mess up, you know, the nerve of you to try to get some at this point when you have screwed up so royally.
Yeah.
Like it just says
I agree.
you have no respect for me that you would even try to come at it from the back door.
Right.
And I don't mean the back door.
But
you know what I'm saying?
But they still love you. I
Do
mean,
they?
Yes.
Because you're not sure at this point. Are you? Are you really sure if they love you? If they just cheated with you?
I'm not even talking about that because that's an extreme.
Well, that's the extreme. That's what I'm saying.
I was talking about women who actually hold out as a punishment.
For what? Why are you punishing
With the
them?
headache thing, or I'm just too tired,
I'm
and
so
you've been
mad at
too
you.
tired for 3 days in a row.
Well, that's silliness. I mean,
Have you never heard women who talk about, I'm not going to give him none because he didn't some simple stuff? It's not even the extreme of.
no, they not my friends. Because that's silliness. That's just silliness.
There's some women.
I mean, he
you
didn't
know
bring
some
chicken
women-
home last night. He bought shrimp. Like
You
does
mad
that
at him?
really
You might
matter?
have had you might have had an issue throughout the day that was just frivolous. Is that the word? Frivolous. And you didn't get over it, so you like,
Right.
don't touch me.
And it had nothing to do with him.
Don't touch me. Me and Robin going, touch me if I like it.
No. I mean, because listen.
Touch me, maybe I like it.
But in actuality, you know, you can't be that silly to think that I had a bad day. Now I'm gonna come out and take it.
But not-
because your house is supposed to be your heaven.
Haven.
You know, this is where you come to, you know, re-up on energy, encouragement, and love.
And he showed up 2
Everything.
hours late to dinner, and you going,
I don't know.
Why you late?
Well, that's
You didn't
disrespectful.
call me.
right?
Right.
And so
Why
now be
you
like,
late?
don't touch me tonight because I ain't trying to give you nothing. That's the punishment for being late. Now that might seem frivolous, but to her it's like, okay, you didn't respect my time. That part.
I think she need to do some soul searching on that because that's just silliness.
Exactly.
I mean, that is the kind of stuff
So-
that, you know,
This is the part where if he
screw up
showed up,
relationships.
Or
Exa-
in your mind, I'm still mad at you, but I am going to do this because of our commitment to
Correct.
because
See-
of our love
hello.
to each other. So, but remember, I'm still mad at you. I'm going to satisfy you, and I'm going to get satisfied. But I'm still mad at you.
I'm getting satisfied. But I mean, but the thing is, in a relationship, if you have to communicate, and once you have already established you messed up, you screwed up, you have to learn to let it go. You can't say, okay,
You ever had mad sex?
okay, absolutely.
How did you have mad sex if you were mad?
Because
And you,
because
and you're not gonna give it
I didn't say that I've never had mad sex. I started out saying I've had mad sex. That's
How mad was you?
I wasn't mad to where you screwed up like that. Trust and believe that. You know, I mean, maybe you didn't call me back when I wanted you to, or something silly as that. You know, but you don't say I'm gonna, you know, we're gonna go home, we're gonna eat, go to bed, and you get nothing. I mean, that's
There are
extreme.
women who do that though. There are women who just
Well, how
fake
good
out.
is that relationship? You have
Exactly,
that woman-
because women. I don't want
That's
to
what
say
the
women
question is.
because I don't
Well,
think
the man
men do
is.
this. I don't think men do this. So if you hear me saying women too often, I'm not trying to be one-sided, but I oftentimes hear this. So if I'm tilted one way or the other, I would love to hear some feedback to know if I'm off cuff or not, because I feel like there's a lot of women who use sex as a manipulative tool.
But
to
it
say-
really isn't though, Britt.
Is it?
I mean, to a man, I don't think you using sex to say, you know, I'm angry at you. He just want to go out there and get something.
But
But they
before,
do it. But go ahead.
but before that even happens,
but what,
some women
what,
think.
what do they think is gonna happen? How long you gonna be hold out on him?
Some
and he
women
gonna
think
do
it's a
something
fault.
strange?
I would love to hear
That's
from
all
men.
I'm saying.
Where are my men's at? What men's is men?
Men.
Men's is. Where am I meant to be? Have you ever encountered women who go, "Ah," and you just know, like, I just want to roll over and just slam dunk on this here basketball. She headache and all these other excuses. That's oftentimes a conversation I've heard that women would use as a manipulative tool. They're not thinking that they're pushing a person away.
But then you're not a thinker.
And it
Because what
becomes
you think gonna happen.
Listen,
it becomes a frustration for him. So if
Right.
he's frustrated,
Yeah.
then he's more than likely, I don't know, but I'm just venturing to say that he may dare to go outside of the relationship to get satisfied.
Absolutely. Because you know what, a relationship shouldn't be a headache. If it's a
should
headache,
not be a headache.
if it's a headache,
It
it's
should
a
be
problem.
simple. It should be really simple. I actually have a quote that I wrote that says that don't be don't be mad if you didn't feed your puppy and he's wandered off in someone else's kitchen. Like you know, like if you're hungry, you're gonna eat wherever you can get some food. So it's a very dangerous game that you hear
Absolutely. I agree.
when they play that I'm gonna hold out thinking you're punishing someone, but because if you don't feed me, I'm gonna find food. I'm gonna find food somewhere else.
But I mean, I guess the bigger question is, why do you have a headache every night? Like, there is a bigger issue. Maybe she has already stepped off.
Because some women think that their P position is the ultimate
That's
position.
me. That's
Oh,
me.
damn. Let me get a drink. Oh, God damn it. I got liquor in my eye.
But I'm just saying, if you are the one,
You better
If
be coming
you
right
are-
with all kinds of.
if you are the woman that, if you
P
are,
power.
I'm just saying,
Oh, God.
if you are the woman that think that you need to, or that you are saying that you have a headache every night, there's an issue that's a whole issue.
So what is her problem, though?
I mean, I have to question, is she really in this relationship?
But I just don't think that women should use lack of sex as a punishment.
Absolutely,
I agree.
I agree.
You agree?
I agree, but the only thing I don't agree with, Bridget,
Okay.
excuse me, if they have crossed the line, and we all know what that line is,
Correct. I believe
that you are not going to come to me like you want to make up with sex after you don't have sex with someone else. That is what I don't agree with. That you may not get none.
I agree with you with that.
Yes.
To the total
That's
extreme.
disrespect.
That's different.
But we're
Right.
talking about women who use it as punishment for frivolous,
That
For
word.
minute or
minute, simple little words.
Yes,
Simple
and I agree
things.
with you on that.
And there's a lot of women that use that for simple things. Or he didn't do what? Didn't turn out the dishes. Didn't take out the trash.
I start to say
Now
that.
that's the extreme. Like if you are doing that or you have a headache all the time, that is an issue in your relationship beyond the sex.
Right. So have you ever heard? I'm not sure. I think I saw a Chris Rock comedy show where he talked about the P power. I'm not sure. Maybe I have to watch that again. Where it's like some women do believe they have that P power, and they
We
really.
all have the P power.
But I never think I have the
agree.
P power. That's why it is an obligation, because I feel like I'm obligated to satisfy my partner and not to use P power as a leverage to hold this person in tow of how I want him to perform or be.
Now, I don't think the P power runs that deep. I think the P power, if it's there, if it is easy, I don't have to go through too much stress, I'm gonna take it. But I don't think the P power, you gonna get him to give up anything major if he's not into you. So the P power is definitely there.
So the P power, for example, again, the question is really, is the obligation for having relations with your partner. And I guess it's kind of sounding one-sided, but I guess that's what it is.
I mean,
because
a
that's
lot of
my.
men is
I don't think any man is holding out. I don't think any man is holding out.
I mean, you got
It's
some
like-
of these young. I'm gonna give you an example of
Okay.
the P power.
Okay.
you got some of these young guys out here, got a baby mama, don't want the baby mama, but she'll convince him with some pea power to come and get another shot. That's pea power.
Okay, so I get that, but still, it's coming from a female as a power person.
Yeah, well, the boys
That-
ain't got
so
no
do you
power.
think that there's no man? Okay. Is there any man? Because I'm not a man. Is there any man that's trying to hold out on some?
holding out?
On some because he's mad at her? That doesn't happen, and that's.
No,
I ain't a
don't
man,
think
but I'm just
You
figuring
think
that
men
doesn't
do
happen.
that? No,
I don't think so.
think men do
Hey,
that.
listen.
I don't
Like,
think
listen.
men
You
do
could
that.
be mad to hell. You want to choke on this?
You be my guest.
What are you talking about?
Come choke
Only
out.
woman, and I'm a woman. So only woman that I've heard over the years, not me, talking about, I ain't gonna, because he, I'm like, okay, so I always felt indifferent to that personally. I've never heard a man say, I ain't giving her this, she choked on that. Like, no,
No, I
it's
don't-
always been the other way around.
I don't think men. think men.
Exactly my point. So the woman, do you feel like sex is an obligation to your mate?
Well-
Do you hold out on giving?
Maybe.
Relations.
I'm just saying. This is
Okay.
not how I feel.
Not that-
But maybe
Okay.
they feel like they need to hold out because that's the only weapon that they have. In
Why do
their
you need to
arsenal.
use a weapon?
Because some people use their mentality to get what they want, and they may think this is the only
Tammy.
thing they have. I'm not in that position, but I'm just speaking for the other people.
Tommy, I don't care how much your baby cry, you have to feed the baby. You got to feed the baby. God damn it, you gotta feed
I
the
mean,
baby.
especially when he out here doing what he would want to do and blah blah blah.
She-
It's like, okay, what do I have to really make him pay?
No, feed the baby. Burp the baby. Burp the baby. God damn it!
The
You
baby
are
gonna have to burp
obligated.
you in the-
You are obligated to feed and burp the baby.
I don't agree, people.
See,
I don't. If your head ain't in it, you ain't gulping nothing. Okay, I'm just saying, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. And you shouldn't be made to feel obligated to do so. If your head ain't in it, don't do it, damn it.
it's up to you, Robin. You can.
How is it
You're the only one to save us.
Robin said, I
You
wanted
can
to.
save us, Robin. You're the only one to save us because Tommy was starved with the baby. Ain't no baby food, no Gerber up in here.
No.
Me, I'm going not to the extreme. What you talking about cheap?
I said,
The
I'm with
baby.
Bridget. Feed and nurture the baby.
Feed and nurture the baby. Burp the baby.
Feed the baby.
But did the baby try to nurture you?
Oh. How the baby The baby is dying.
Ah, shit.
The
Sorry,
baby,
people.
no, the baby just died. How you gonna want the baby? It's a baby. It's a baby.
The baby gonna learn this.
The baby gonna learn today.
The baby gonna learn today. To learn that you can't go around treating people all wrong and then expect to get some.
But even if he's not treating you wrong,
If he's not treating you wrong, Robin, that's a different story. You know.
We gonna need some any therapists out there want to contact us.
I don't know. I've talked to some men, and just withholding the pee is just not a good move for some. A lot of them.
I agree. Unless you got
It's
a
a
good
different
reason.
way. It's a different way that you can punish them.
Tell us how. Tell the audience
I'm
how.
just saying it's a different way. I mean, it's mind control or take me shopping
What
or
kind of
get that
conversation?
card and that too.
Do
Okay.
the Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just
I
saying.
get it. But I don't know.
A conversation.
I mean, I'm sure I will work my way around to, getting back in the bedroom, but it can't be the next day. You don't screwed up and now here we go. Tonight you trying to get something. That's crazy. That's disrespectful.
What the baby gonna feel me?
I done threw myself out there like, listen, baby, what you said you want? You need what? I'm gonna feed you, but we'll talk about this shit later.
Right.
That's how I
That's
said.
it.
But
Yeah.
what's the point? At that point, you don't already step back in line.
No, not
That's not-
necessarily.
Oh yeah.
Not necessarily.
Because ain't nothing else what else can you do to make your point?
I'm not gonna feed you. I'm not gonna wash your clothes.
Oh,
I'm
but
gonna,
you just gonna
and then I
have
might
sex
just
with him.
nag you.
But you gonna have sex with him just because you hungry.
Yes.
Okay.
So why should I be deprived?
I don't
If the
know.
female is hungry, why should she be deprived? Let her get fed. She
I
wants to
need
eat
to
too.
make a point, and my dildos.
It's a need. Sexual satisfaction, hunger, breathing oxygen. It's an absolute need, and I think it's necessary. And for women, I don't think men, but for women who hold out or use the P power as a position of power,
Well,
my
it may
take
not be
is-
very mature to do it.
my take
know.
is if I'm to answer my own question, I am the one that would obligate myself to satisfaction. We'll talk about this later. If it's not to the extreme of what you mentioned, and pure satisfaction, we could probably have a better communication or conversation after the fact. But to hold out as per punishment, I think it's really I think it's really harmful to the relationship. Because now, if you discover that's your superpower,
You got the power.
if
of
you
the
figure
pig.
that's your superpower and the P power is at play, then man, you don't have a vantage point, and then they're going to use that all day.
Wow.
So I think if it's one-sided, I'm talking with my female friends, women, you can't use the P power as leverage to
Not for every
controlling.
situation.
Okay, well, because you went all the way over
I'm
there.
all the way to the left. Left. Yeah.
To the left, to the left.
I mean, and I agree you should not use that because you had a bad day. Or,
He didn't
you want to
take
get
out
out
the
and
trash.
take out the trash.
You
Or
do the
you
dishes.
didn't call me 5 times today. Like, that's petty. But if there is something that happened more seriously, I don't think that you can be in the mind space to want to have sex with this person. And you're not obligated to have sex with no goddamn body. So, wow.
So long as you use it as a superpower. So long as you didn't use it as a tool to weaponize the intimacy in the bedroom. Ladies, listen to me. You're not obligated to do anything. All I'm saying is, don't be so petty that you use the P power as a superpower to hold out on satisfaction of when a man gotta eat.
Well, I mean, I don't think you should
like
be doing
food.
that for a long period of time. Even
Don't
if
do
you-
it at all.
If you do it, I don't think it should be for a long period of time.
Don't
I'm
do
not
it
talking
at
for
all.
2 weeks, 3 weeks. Like that's
Tammy, don't-
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Totally
If we
do.
doing it for 2, 3 weeks, because now you're asking for other problems to enter your relationship. So
'Cause
I'll let you say the last word, Robin, and then we're gonna sign out of here.
The voice of reason. The voice of reason.
I'm really trying to process this because I just, as a younger person, I it just caused trouble, because if you're in a committed relationship, you're in a marriage, then we should be doing everything to keep each other happy.
Right.
And sometimes things don't go the way we expect, but at the end of the day, let's go to bed. I love you. Let's have a good night. And if we desire that we need to have intimacy,
yeah.
then let's do it.
Yeah.
And then wake up tomorrow, good morning, but
Right.
you know what you did yesterday, so we
let's
still
talk
need
about
to
it.
fix this.
Let's talk about it. Right. I agree. I absolutely agree.
I'm not that mature.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm not that mature. But with that, we're going to get out of here. Thank you for another episode of Life Lessons Unfiltered. Thanks for joining us,
Yes.
and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Bye-bye.